welcome back to another MaizePlus video. This is a very quick update on the update to MaizePlus. There has also been an update to the animal food additions. If you're using both, then you need to download both of the updates. I'm going to cover a couple of the quick key changes. I'll do some proper videos over the next few days when things are less hectic. Giants threw me a curveball by letting MaizePlus go through on testing first time. So yeah, wasn't expecting that. MaizePlus is now on version 1.0.3. I'm going to cover a couple of the big changes today. Everything else we'll cover in a separate video. PDF still needs updating. I have not had time to do the English one, and I think Mowing has been busy for doing the others, which then trigger our translators to do the rest. So the PDF is a little bit behind. Whole team have been very busy, so yeah, please bear with us. First one I'm going to cover is pumps and hoses. So thanks to some very clever work by Braven, we now are compatible with pumps and hoses. So previously you could only put whole crop silage into a pumps and hoses BGA because whole crop silage uses the base game silage fill type. What Braven has done is written a script that runs in the background, and when you put in maize or grass silage, it is converted into whole crop silage. So the BGA still runs on whole crop silage, but you can feed it with maize silage or grass silage. And the way that works is 1,000 litres of maize silage is turned into 1,020 litres of whole crop silage, and 1,000 litres of grass silage is turned into 980 litres of whole crop silage. And that's to do with the relative amounts of energy in those different types of silage. So if we back in here, you can see we have maize silage in the trailer. We can tip that in, and it turns into silage, and it can then go into the BGA fermenter. Have a look. We'll see the fermenter is starting to fill up with whole crop silage. So everything else works as is. Anything else that doesn't work with pumps and hoses is waiting on Creative Mesh to update. But yeah, so MaizePlus silage types for grass and maize will now work with pumps and hoses BGA. Thank you, Braven. That is a really cool script. Moving on to another really cool script. Loki, who made Universal Auto Load, a few other really cool mods, implemented green mowing for crops for us. So one of the things that was maybe a bit frustrating for people is you couldn't mow wheat, oats and barley to whole crop them until they were harvest ready, and that meant they weren't green, and then you were getting green crop swath. So Loki has done some of his magic in the background, and we can now jump in, and if I start the engine, we can mow wheat, barley and oats in the forage stage, the stage before harvest ready, and get our crop swath to make some silage from. Really cool. He did it so quickly. He's a real asset to the team. So that's the two big changes that I wanted to cover in this really quick update. I'm going to just grab the changelog and we'll chat through a couple of the others. So also big shout out to BGO, who has done a lot of the rest of these fixes. Another really busy guy who's done some really cool stuff to get the update out to you for things that are useful. So I don't have a starter mill here. This is my MaizePlus test save. You're wondering why it's such a cluttered mess. The starter mill has been updated to fix the tension belts around the Luprasil tank. There have been some updates to the L10N text, and that should fix. With that, there's a new script that's come in as well. I can't remember which one of the team wrote that. Glowing, I think it was, to do with the L10 error messages that were coming up when there were blank L10N text. That should be fixed now. The prices have all been adjusted. I don't think I have the universal sell point in here to show you. I do. Let's throw that in as well. So those of you that have been using MaizePlus for a while will know that I produced an add-on, an edit to the fill types file to adjust the prices to match kind of standard economies. And that's now included as standard. So if we look now, you know, Old crop silage, £270 for 1,000 litres. And you scroll down and find grass silage. It's about the same, rather than it being really stupid. Some prices will have gone up, some have gone down a bit. I've tried to balance it. It's not perfect. If you want to adjust it, it's there to adjust. MaizePlus is set up so you can adjust it. We've made adjustments to the prices of some things. So some of the MaizePlus bales are now much cheaper. They are been adjusted to be closer to real world prices and real world amounts. So no paying £1.5 grand for a bale of hay and £2 for a bale of silage. Really helps as well. You know, if you want to use alfalfa hay and silage and stuff, is now much cheaper to use, given that you can't produce it. Same for all the rest. The big bags, I think, are a little bit cheaper as well. I can't remember. Those of you that are making mods, just add them, just for you. The MaizePlus pallets and IBCs and things have been adjusted, so they'll work with production now. So that's really cool. I have an edit to my pellet factory coming, which will include molasses. We fixed a few other bits and pieces as well. Most things from MaizePlus should now work properly with Universal Auto Load. I know Loki released an update to that recently as well. So, yep, that should work better. The change that I'm not really going to cover today is in the background, and I'll do a separate video on it. We've changed how recipes or TMR work to make it clearer to you. It doesn't change anything about how you play the game. It's only important if you're editing things. Find somewhere to stand and I'll stay still. Yeah, so that's a really nice change. I think it really helps, and I'll do a separate video on it because I think it's worth a separate video. And I think that's it. As I said, PDFs still need updating as of today, Wednesday, the 19th, when the mod released. We'll do a post on the MaizePlus Discord once they've been updated. Yeah, download it, rate it 5 stars. If you really, really like it, there are some links below where you can help the team out. Depending on where you go, where you send that helps either the individuals with their day-to-day lives or content creation, or it helps the team do really cool things in the future. Last bit, I guess, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, click the like button. Think about subscribing. If you've got comments, questions, or whatever, leave them below. If you've got really long, complicated questions, use the MaizePlus Discord. There is a link for that below. And I'll catch you next time.